the street from Memphis, Tennessee. It was episode 211 entitled The Big Mains. And just when you thought we were going to get the big mains and the two big meaty men head to head, one on one, out comes trouble. And then we had a huge main event. Hello, everybody. Dustin Starr here once again. Let's talk all about episode 211. And while you guys are filing in here, if you're watching this and I'm no longer live, you can always put your questions and your topics in the comments. Uh, Subscribe, like, take that subscribe button to Slap City, and here we go. So coming up on Sunday, March 30th, we're going to be live at the WrestleCenter featuring two of the very best junior heavyweights in the entire world, and I'm talking about a WWE ID official match. Super Sean Legacy, who has had a lot of success so far here at Memphis Wrestling and also on WWE Evolve. He's going to go head to head against a guy that I've been waiting to book for a long time, and it's the incredible Jack Cartwheel. So they're one on one, two of the best junior heavyweights in the entire world. WWE ID official match. That's going down March 30th. So get your tickets, MemphisWrestling.tv. Come on in, guys. Let's put your questions in there. Let's put your topics in there. We'll talk all about it because the show is absolutely jam-packed, including a rematch from the King Cobra Cup finale. Marco Harris one-on-one with the Boz, Tim Bosby. Little bit of controversy, but the Boz taking defeat. So now it's tied up 1-1. What's up, Woods? How are you? Yeah, it's not too bad out here. It's a little bit overcast and just a little chilly enough to wear my Memphis Wrestling jacket. What's up, Jason? How are you? Good afternoon. Thanks for watching Memphis Wrestling. I saw you guys in the live chat. There's so much to talk about. If you guys want to pick up some t-shirts and stuff like that, MemphisWrestling.tv. And we're always shipping all over the world at Pro Wrestling Tees. See, Jason's here. Woods is here. Hassan is here. Oh, yeah. All right. So Marco Harris picks up the big victory. Also, we had the women's championship on the line. DDT defending the title against the self-proclaimed women's champion. Now, is whether it's Nixie XS having somebody else win the title and hand it over to her or creating her own championship and bedazzling it up, which looked really cool, by the way. Yeah, she's having a hard time winning the women's championship. Casey's here. What's up? Patrick, of course, is here. Thanks, brother. Brian, good afternoon, Dustin. Awesome episode this week. Best part of my week. I appreciate that, man. Best part of my week, too. Gosh, man, I'll talk a little bit more about it on members only, but we had such a busy week with Memphis Grizzlies and Memphis Hustle, and then, of course, Memphis Grizzlies Wrestling Night, followed by the Matt Hardy episode that we filmed the very next day. So doing back-to-back is it's a lot of fun, but as you can imagine, the preparation and everything that goes into it, and then executing it and doing it back to back, it's really tough. So, it really puts a crunch on whether it's editing the show, delivering the show, and that's part of being a small business. Just to give you guys a little sneak peek on the inside. Jamming Music Man's in the house. What's going on? He says, "What's up, Memphis Wrestling family?" Rico's here. We finally getting ladder matches. Here we go. So, those of you who didn't follow the story last week, King Cobra was on the phone with Rebby and asked for Matt and said, "Yeah, I'll wait." So King Cobra talking to Rebby and Matt, that's got to be the Hardys. So King Cobra talking to Matt Hardy, and then this week making the announcement to the LA Hustlers, who, by the way, are scared of heights and also have nosebleeds when they get up high. Doesn't bode well for them. King Cobra says he talked to Matt Hardy and that we have our first ever ladder match in Memphis Wrestling, and it's for the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team titles. Now, that does not mean that Matt Hardy is actually in the ladder match, but Matt Hardy is coming to town for the first ever ladder match, and you guys are going to see it right here on Memphis Wrestling, and I cannot wait. Guys, I'm not giving you any spoilers or anything like that, but I have never, ever heard the WrestleCenter as wild and as electric as what transpired with Matt Hardy in the house. It was a whole nother level. All right, let me get caught up. Finally getting the ladder match. Who you guys pick? Who's in the ladder match? You gotta assume that this is like the TLC, right? Even though it's not TLC, it's a ladder match. I mean, just imagine what's going to happen in this match. Eddie Kane Main's here. I was watching, but I wasn't in the chat today. We appreciate you, Eddie Kane Main. We got a members only coming up here in just a few moments. Wait, let me skip ahead to Eddie Kane Main. Ladder match was my idea, so you can all thank me. And a $5 donation. Big shout out to Eddie Kane Main. He was definitely in the house for it. And as always, with his white Mike Anthony Memphis Heritage Championship, that was custom. If you guys are interested, Just holler at Eddie K-Man and see how he got one. All right, let me get back to the hello, Dustin. The tech observation. Maria's audio was really low. Yeah, Maria's voice is really low. So I'm like, hey, man, yell at them like you yell at me. Of course, that'll be something that's taken care of. But thanks for the message. Uh, Nixie is delusional. Willie's in the house. Rico, how big headed Nixie can be, hiring a monster to hand her the title, and now she's made her own. Well, you got to imagine that there's going to come a time where it's going to be title versus title. We got to get rid of that self-proclaimed championship. Although, again, it does look cool. Maybe that's something that we should sell on our website. Chris Palmer says hello from Phoenix. What's going on, Phoenix? What's up, Chris? Thanks for joining us. Ronald's here. I think Nixie and Diana should have a ladder match too. I don't know if those two would be interested to have a ladder match, but I like the way you think. Jason Freeman says I was shocked last week John Cena turned heel on Cody because of The Rock and Travis Scott. He got involved last Saturday night Elimination Chamber. It was awesome. We're following it here. Love WWE, and I love what they're doing. I actually go check out when we're done here. Type in Cody Rhodes Memphis Wrestling, and you'll see an interview that myself and my lovely Maria did along with Cody and Brandy on this program. Patrick Moore, I know they're not yours, but still, are you posting UWN shows? I've tried to ask Dave, but he won't answer. If they send it to me and they want me to post it, I'll try to do some due diligence on that, but that's interesting. I don't know. There's brand new footage from the United Wrestling Network's Championship Wrestling. Either go up on their United Wrestling Network YouTube page, or it could go back up on here. I'm not sure, but as soon as I get word, I'll let you know. Willie, DDT should have revenge on Nixie. Pankaj, good night, bro. All right. Rico says, just like how Razor beat HBK to prove he was the real Intercontinental Champion. Old school Dave's here. What's up? Woo! Congratulations, Lex Luger. That's right, Keith. Lex Luger is one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. Big Daddy and Big John Dalton gifted me a shadow box frame of Luger trunks with autograph on there as well. So that's at the WrestleCenter. I'd love to have Lex Luger in at some point. Brian says it's awesome. WWE ID is putting more eyes on Memphis wrestlers. Man, check this out. Sean Legacy main eventing the first ever WWE Evolve. Cappuccino Joan as well. Swipe right as well. And then they were main eventing Memphis Wrestling the same week. Jeez. Incredibly lucky on this, guys. Incredibly lucky. Jammin' Music Man, Dustin would love to see Memphis Wrestling have a big show that gets released on DVD, Blu-ray one day. Man, I look forward to the day where we can do a live pay-per-view. What if people around the world, we do $3.99 members only. By the way, you guys need to join because members only is coming up next, where I'll answer all of your questions, even the stuff I'm not supposed to talk about. But just imagine if there was like a $5.99 pay-per-view or a $9.99 pay-per-view featuring just incredible stars and as well as our own stars that we've been building for the last 5 seasons. So, uh, I mean, maybe it hits DVD, but then definitely do some sort of live. And I'm sure Fight TV would be more than happy to do that. So, a lot of logistics. So let's just keep doing what we're good at, keep getting better and better. And then, of course, we'll eventually, I'm sure, dive into something like that, Jamming Music Man. Don't think it hasn't been discussed. Old school Dave, the fog can't mess with my hair. Looking sharp, buddy. Oh, yeah. Man, it is kind of like dreary out here. Just make sure it's not my camera. Jeez. Yeah, man, it is very dreary out here, but not a bad day. Thomas is here. Greetings from England. What's going on? Yeah, Cook, you like that, John, don't you? Let me just show it off real quick. I don't know if you can see that. Memphis Wrestling rules. Got to pop it real quick so you can see my quarter zip. Oh, yeah. Cannot believe Naomi attacked Jade. I don't think that story's over just yet. Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu were at each other again. That's going to be awesome. We had fun last week at Memphis Wrestling. Shout out, Jason. Thank you, brother. There's some OTC chants. I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge the tribal chief. Rico says, I was shocked, especially because they teamed up at Mania last year against Damage Control. Rick Astley, I don't know who that is. Bring back rock and roll wrestling. Bro, do you think I would not love that? Hell yeah. Don't caught in the rain, Dustin. Looks cloudy where you are. It's a little bit chilly. It's probably going to rain today, but not right now. I don't have anywhere to be, guys. I have had bookings and games and wrestling every single day since last Friday all the way until Thursday. And so I finally have 2 days where I don't have somewhere to be. And then, of course, tomorrow is Memphis Hustle. Monday is going to be Memphis Grizzlies, and then also training. And then all next week, we got basketball leading up to March 30th, which I can't wait, live at the WrestleCenter. All right, let me get caught up. Nixie should have revenge on DDT for stealing her rightful title. Okay, Bo, that's one way to look at it. Speaking of Bo, what about Psycho Simon today? The first time we've heard from him. Not only bragging about ending Derek King's career, but then also teasing who the next victim is going to be. He mentioned second to none. He mentioned tearing up somebody's house brick by brick. He even said tick, tick, boom. Who's it going to be? But Psycho Simon's not done by a long shot. Travis Scott getting heat right now. Yeah, he busted Cody's eardrum. Jason, now Cody Rhodes called out John Cena at WrestleMania 41. Can't wait. Watch WWE Evolve. Not bad. I was impressed. Rico, I agree. Very, very good. Bo, you're delusional. Yeah, okay. No, listen to me, Dustin. That's Bo right here. Look at this. There's a whole conversation going on. Join members only. I promise you won't regret it. Thank you, Eddie K. May. We got it coming up next here in just a second. Got a couple more minutes. I'm going to roll through these. You guys, if you have questions or something that you want to talk about on this week's episode, Kay Toomer, Big John Dalton, are they friends? Are they opponents? What the hell is going on with the Hollywood Clique? They look like they're wanting tag team gold, especially after the ladder match situation. But then Van Vicious running Jimmy Blaylock off. Incredible stuff. Women's title. You've got Nick Nemeth coming up next week, one-on-one against Aaron Roberts. Go ahead, spitfire some questions. A couple more minutes here. Looks like rain a few minutes. Dustin, why are you outside, buddy? It's not bad out here, I promise. And plus, it's a madhouse inside because we have my nieces, my nephews, my kids. Dude, I got a clan now, bro. Like a whole tribe of kids that are hanging out at the house all the time. Love it. Sareem says, I have cancer. I have 1 week to live in the world. Best of luck to you. All right. I don't really know if you're serious or not, but thoughts and prayers to you, my friend. Trolling to Trollers. What happened to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood? It's out of business. I enjoyed that show also. We were just talking about it, that they just had a television taping. You'll be able to see that at some point on television and perhaps on this YouTube channel or the United Wrestling Network's YouTube channel. Patrick says, I can see you running a pay-per-view on Triller. Want to play WWE 2K25? Oh, that'd be really good. How about a rubber match for Bosby and Marco? Stay tuned. You know King Cobra's going to announce that match. I'm not joking when I say that these are two of the very best in the Mid-South. I'd like to say they're two of the very best junior heavyweights, but I don't know, man. Tim Bosby's like 250, 270 at this point. Not sure where Marco Harris weighs in on this, but gosh, two of the very best in the Mid-South going head-to-head. Now they're tied 1-1. You know there's got to be some sort of rematch. Oops, sorry. See Seth Rollins, CM Punk got into fights on Raw, like they stole something from him. Could Memphis Wrestling have their own video game? That would be cool. I'd like to have our own app just to get starters. We're getting closer and closer to WrestleMania 41. I can't wait. Kay Toomer versus Psycho Simon. You got to be kidding me. Ooh, sure enough. There's a new United Wrestling Network episode, so don't know where they'll be. All right, we talked about that. Hey, yo, that Stone Cold Grizz spot was hilarious. Eddie Kane, man, I loved it. It was awesome. Man, everything from Stone Cold Grizz, the Nature Bear, Matt Hardy, Aaron Roberts, Psycho Simon, all featured at Wrestling Night. And for me to host it, man, that's my WrestleMania, brother. That was absolutely crazy. 16,000 people. Dave Brown just takes the cake, man. Like there's nothing. Where do you go from there? Where do you go from there, man? Memphis Wrestling, Memphis Grizzlies. So much fun, Eddie. Lion says, peace, it's Memphis Wrestling fan from Toronto. I was at Elimination Chamber. Its photo ops was a great event. Love your interviews, Dustin. You're doing a great job. Thank you, Lion 2012. I really appreciate that, man. You made my day. Got more interviews coming up, man. We've had Tiffany Stratton here recently. Of course, Gunther we had. Gosh, man, over 1 million views on this Tiffany Stratton Logan Paul thing. Absolutely crazy. And of course, Memphis Grizzlies Wrestling Night. We had a video on Instagram that had 1.2 million views, and then on Facebook, another 1.2, 1.3 million views. So just really, really fantastic with Nick Nemeth on the show and then Matt Hardy coming to Memphis Wrestling. It's been a wild ride. Pretty sure Big John Dalton versus Kay Toomer will be a battle. Can't wait for the first TNA cage match in years. This is what wrestling fans need. I appreciate that, Cooler Plastics. Van Vicious running off Jimmy Blaylock. Can't stand Hollywood Click. He's always a crybaby. Dustin is the new daddy daycare. Oh my gosh. Cope or Moxley? Oh, man, that's a really tough one. I think they got to go with Cope, though, right? Where's Moose, says James. Patrick says maybe for EPW title. Hey, now. Playing for keeps. Cooler Plastic, any chance Jim Cornette make an appearance? I would love for Jim Cornette to just review Memphis Wrestling from the comfort of his own home. Just watch it and then podcast immediately after. I would love that because he would probably tear our show apart, but it would be hilarious. Willie says, I'm serious, Dustin. Show enough. James says, come to the UK. Of course, we'd love to do that. Bring Timeless Tony to Memphis Wrestling. You know I would love to. Trish Stratus' return was cool. I'd like to have her in Memphis Wrestling as well. I think Stone Cold will return because of The Rock, and I think Cody Rhodes, Stone Cold versus Cena, and The Rock at WrestleMania 41. Man, I don't know. Stone Cold had his knees replaced. Cook says it doesn't get any more Memphis than Memphis Wrestling shining a positive light on our city and our community. Man, it was just an incredible weekend. And so many new people at the WrestleCenter. And I know it's crazy because it's sold out every single show, but Matt Hardy, Nick Nemeth, all these guys just had eyes on us that didn't know that we were here. So far, I've been impressed with Hardy Cameron on AEW. Man, I'd like to book her too. Eddie Kane, man, don't hold your breath. I'm going to UK. Robert Dinkins, Dustin, will there be a Revolution watch party? No, we are not having any more watch parties at Dave & Buster's. We will be announcing at some point our new watch party destination. We're actually trying to plan something for WrestleMania because that was always a whole lot of fun. All right, guys, I've got just a couple of more minutes. Let's say I have 3 minutes and 20 seconds. We'll go to the 20-minute mark, and then I'm going to hop over on members only. So have your questions ready. There's a whole lot that I want to talk about on members only, including Matt Hardy, the Nick Nemeth match. I've got a wild story from after Memphis Grizzlies wrestling night that I'm still recovering from. I want to tell you guys so bad, but I got to save it for members only. It was incredible. After the show, something happened. Man, it just breaks my heart, but it happened. And so I had to deal with it and then moving forward. So lots of really, really cool stuff. Cook says, Ghost River, man, that would be a great spot for our watch parties, of course. Drink Ghost River live at the WrestleCenter March the 30th. And then we have live events coming as soon as it just warms up a little bit more, probably April, I would imagine. We'll be back at Ghost River on Main Street. Once DDT beats Nixie, sell that fraud belt. I never want to see it again. Rico, I would love to sell that belt as soon as that match is over with. Patrick says, what do you think of the name Cope? I'm not a fan of the name. Personally, I wish you'd have kept the name Edge. Look, man, why not just call him Cope? He's the rated R superstar, Adam Copeland. Just call him Cope. Like, why do they have to change the name? Just call him Cope. Like Zaya Wolf. You hear me? Just call her Zaya. That doesn't mean I changed her name. It just means I call her Zaya. Just call him Cope. Why is there a whole big thing about it? Ready for the members only, says Eddie Kane, man. Oh, man, he's going to get me in trouble with these questions. Hendry and Elias Rule. Looks great, but it's a phony title. That's true. I love both Liv and Carmen. Yep, okay, I agree with you on there. I'm glad Gun Show beat Aaron Roberts for the championship. He is a master. Boom. Love Diana Taylor. Hey, Dustin, it's Coop, and I'm in Nashville with Jonesy and the baby. Man, tell the baby I said hello, Coop. When's the baby going to make his debut at the WrestleCenter? And by the way, Brandon's hilarious. I'm going to steal that one day where he's holding the bottle of creamer. And he's like, whoop, baby's in the fridge. I love it. That was hilarious. Speaking of hilarious, here comes Bear wearing his Fat Jitsu t-shirt. Looks like he's freshly bathed. He's got his hair combed. Those of you who know Bear, you know what I'm talking about. Coop, you know what I'm talking about. Jimmy Blaylock ran so fast, he passed up donuts in the WrestleCenter. Nothing happened there, Patrick. It's just we're changing where we're going. Could I invite Snitsky? Yeah, I guess I could. You like Snitsky? All right, I got about a minute. If you guys have any questions, put them in there. I thought today's episode was really, really good. You went from Super Bout to a WWE ID official tag team match to what we thought was going to be the two big mans going head to head until the Hollywood Click ruined that. Got so much to look forward to next week. Nick Nemeth one-on-one against Aaron Roberts. You've got Psycho Simon lurking somewhere. What the hell is next for him? Also, the Gun Show. Who's the next challenger for the Memphis Heritage Championship? There's a whole lot of stories that are going to unfold here in the next couple of weeks. I like when he says, not his fault. All right, guys, I'm going to hop over to members only, and then you might be able to see me on Facebook after that. I am Dustin Starr. This has been the live reaction for episode 211, The Big Mains. Patrick says congrats on getting Jack Cartwheel. Hey, man, let's talk about that on members only. But yeah, I'm very, very happy to have Jack Cartwheel. Moose versus the Gun Show. I'd love to see that too. Eddie K. Main, see you in just a minute. Cheerios, says Thomas. I say yellow, everybody. So long, everybody. Does that make any sense?